Angie Craig.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Representative McCollum and Representative Omar. There's no sugarcoating it to anyone. Minnesota has been through a lot this year. All of us standing here today have witnessed the Trump administration terrorize our communities, whether that's through Operation Metro Surge, tariffs, political violence, or otherwise. Tonight, I expect to hear a whole lot of lies from this president. We've heard them over the past 2 months as he and his administration have tried to sell the narrative that Operation Metro Surge was intended to keep our communities safe, intended to keep and get violent criminals off our streets. We know that isn't the case. Just ask my guest, Angel Silva, whose mother, Concepcion, was detained at an immigration hearing. She was in Minnesota with a work permit and was on her way to attaining legal permanent residency. She was attempting to do things the right way, but the Trump administration doesn't care about that. After being held at the Whipple Center in Minneapolis and later El Paso, Concepcion was forced to make the unthinkable decision to self deport back to Mexico, leaving behind her family in Minnesota, including a 10-year-old child. Just last week, Representative Omar and I went back to the Whipple Federal Building to conduct congressional oversight of the ICE detention center where Concepcion was held. We provided over a week's notice and were granted a tour of the facility at the 11th hour. When we got there, we found the facility completely empty, with the last detainee being transported out 30 minutes before our arrival. Again, this is no accident. This administration doesn't want us to see what's really going on behind closed doors. They will feign transparency and try to shift blame at every opportunity. But Minnesotans know the truth. The ICE officials at the federal building tried to tell us that they have a zero tolerance policy for racial profiling. But our eyes do not deceive us, and nor do our cameras. Thank you to Minnesotans for standing up, for stepping up, and making sure that the world could see what actually happened in Minnesota. We've seen ICE detaining folks based on the color of their skin, showing up at immigration hearings and schools, and ripping children from their parents. Somehow, even amidst the chaos and terror President Trump and Kristi Noem have inflicted on our state, Minnesotans have remained peaceful. They've stood up for their neighbors. They've used their voices, not violence, to respond. They've exercised the right to constitutionally observe and protest. They have reported on what's happening here, and they have demanded justice for the deaths of Renee Good and Alex Preddy. We must continue that fight on behalf of Angel and his mother, Concepcion, and countless other Minnesotans whose lives have forever been changed by Operation Metro Surge. We will never forget the trauma that President Trump and his administration inflicted on our communities, but we will soon begin the difficult process of healing, one that Minnesotans are all too familiar with. That starts with uplifting the stories of folks like Angel and his family, and all the guests here with us today. We will not let this administration continue to set the narrative. We can't. So thank you to everyone here today. It's an honor to be side by side with my colleagues from Minnesota. Thank you.